Hey friends, it's Melissa, the Blue Wagon Stitcher, and I'm coming to you after working on editing my videos. And I just wanted to give you a little heads up. This video that you're about to watch is a quick run through of some of the things that I decided to take with me to my Stitch West retreat. And I had originally planned to put this video together with my post after video, and the two of them together were quite long, so I decided to split them up. So enjoy this first video all about the things that I planned to take with me to Stitch West and my plans for Stitch West. And then be sure that you watch the next video, which will follow in order that I upload here. And it will be my rundown of my experience with Stitch West. So enjoy this first one about my plans for Stitch West. Thank you. Happy stitching. Hello, welcome to the Blue Wagon Stitcher. I'm Melissa. Today I'm going to share with you a little special different video. I am going to Stitch West and wanted to share with you some of the things I'm taking along. This is the very first stitching retreat that I'm going on. So I'm not probably going to post this until after my retreat. So you will probably see this as a combination of several video clips that I will put together. Today I'm going to show you some of the key tools and items that I'm planning to take with me. I'm going to share with you my small exchange item that I'm planning to take with me. And then along the way, I'll share with you the projects that I'm packing, and then I'm sure I'll take some pictures and videos while we're there and share with you about some of my experience. And then share with you my afterthoughts about how it went and what my experience was, what I forgot to take that I should have taken or planned to take, and just a first-timer's experience going to a stitching retreat. I've heard a lot about them. There's a lot of customs and different things, and it also depends on the retreat you're going to, right? Each retreat's going to have its little things that are special about each retreat, but overall, generally sharing with you my experience. So let's start with some of the gadgets that I am taking with me. Again, I'm a bit of more of a budget stitcher. Not completely. I do spend. I just shared with you that I splurged on some silks to stitch my Jessie Challenor. But for example, I'm Halo Daylight is not in the budget for a while. So I've shared with you before that I grabbed this little extension light from Amazon. And again, I took this to my most recent spring break trip with my kids to St. George, Utah, and had this with us. The home we stay in doesn't have fantastic light, and this worked out great to just sit on the edge of the couch. And look, I mean, it props up, it can go totally straight. At one point, I did actually have it tucked here next to me so that I could see straight on what I was doing. And it has 3 light settings, and it is rechargeable. So it's a great portable item. And I just keep that charger for that in my Stitchy box. And it works with my portable battery charger. So this is coming with me. The other thing that's coming with me is my neck light. And I have enjoyed this for my traveling, for the airplane, being in the hotel rooms. This works great. I actually looked for this in St. George and I had not put it in my bag, so I didn't have this. Otherwise, this probably would have been my go-to in St. George. Again, it is rechargeable. It's got the little C port there, and it is super flexible. So it just goes around and you can move these lights in whatever direction you need to, and it just goes right here around your neck. And then it also has 3 different settings for lights. You could just turn on one. Sorry. Hope that wasn't too terrible on your eyes in the video. So this little neck light will be coming with me as well. Now, because I don't have a halo light or a travel magnifier, I had to reach them. All my things are on the floor for my setup here. I will be bringing you a case. No. My readers. I just invested in 3 power readers and they were a game changer. I've been using 1.5s. My close sight isn't terrible, but it is worse when I'm wearing my contacts. I don't know what it is, something with the contacts. But when I wear my regular glasses for my nearsightedness, I don't have a problem if I take off my glasses. I can see close pretty good, unless I'm tired and then I need a little boost. And so I had 1.5s. But I just recently got these 3s. Fantastic. So I will be bringing these with me. And again, they work like magnifiers for me because they are more powerful than I actually need, but have worked fantastically for my stitching. So between the lights and my glasses, hopefully I can see pretty well. Okay, I have shared my stitchy box with y'all. I shared with you the making of my stitchy box. If you missed that, you can go back in my videos and see that. It is bee themed. So most of my items that I'm taking are yellow or bee themed. So I've got a whole thing going on here. So there's my stitchy box. And you can see here's my cords for charging. All of those lights that I just showed you all take that same charging cord. I've got my thread conditioner. I just recently picked up from the attic the bee thread conditioner, so that will go in there. So there's my stitchy box that I will be taking with me. And I will be taking this dish mat that I picked up at Hobby Lobby for my sort of place saver workspace area. I'm excited to try this out. I'm hoping that it will save me from dropping needles and items that will roll onto the floor. It's got a little bit of a cushion and padding, and the fabric has a little bit of a texture to it so that it will grab onto those items, and I'll be able to keep my space tidy in a contained area. So that is just a drying mat that I picked up at Hobby Lobby that happened to match. I walked past that and was excited. I shared in my last FlossTube that I also picked up this book stand. It is a metal book stand, so it's magnetic. Got magnets here so that my pattern can sit here. I can magnet it to the stand. I've seen gals sticker these up with their stickers, and then it will sit on the table so I can have my pattern at the ready straight up so I can be looking at it while I'm stitching. I shared that I haven't really stitched at the table before, so this will be a new experience for me. I'm usually in my recliner, so anything I can get to lift my eyes up and help my back. I have some scoliosis, and so my back does get sore easily. So as much as I can do to help prevent that while I'm sitting up will be fantastic. Okay, I am planning to bring some, sorry to disappear, some needles. I shared a few weeks ago that I got these Lori Holt needles. That one's upside down. So 26 and 28 size needles to have on hand. Now, Shepherd's Bush is literally across the street from the hotel where the Stitch West event is. So if I forget any necessity, I can literally walk across the street and get what I need. But y'all know I've certainly spent enough at Shepherd's Bush in my last go that, but they are right there if I need anything. Okay. I am planning to bring these. These wrap around your fabric to help hold it if they're hanging off the edge. I do use this type of a hoop that has the clamps over the edge. At the moment, the name of these is totally escaping me. You're all yelling at me right now. This is not the name brand one. I get the dupe from Amazon, and it has worked fine for me. Again, a budget stitcher, it's worked fine. And so these work out really great to wrap around the edges of this type of frame to keep the loose fabric contained. I've had enough stitching through the ends of the fabric experiences that I have to unstitch. I like to keep the fabric out of the way. So I will take a few of those. The other thing, so this is what I made for my table gifts. Okay, I have had good experience, especially when I'm taking projects on the go. I'll take a smaller size bag. I had one here with me a moment ago. Oh, it's right here. Okay, so like this size of a bag, right? For a small project on the go, if I'm taking a quick trip or I'm running the kids to soccer practice or piano lessons or something, I can have my small projects. It's usually something like my Primrose monthly free pattern in something like this. And I don't want to take my whole stitchy box with me. So I have a couple of these smaller pouches with scissors and a needle threader and a picker all together in it that I can just throw in the bag, throw in the bag and have with me for on the go. So I made an on the go stitchy bag for my table mates. So it's a real simple, just nylon pouch, and I put in these great travel scissors. I love these that have this little silicone cap. That's all you need for snipping threads, especially on the go. This one I made for me. This one's mine. But I made some scissor fobs to go with each of theirs. Most of the ones I made for my table gifts are flowers, but this Highland cow was so cute. So this one I made specifically for me, but and then I put in the unstitcher and I think for my table mates I put in 2 of the threaders. Again, the time it takes to be licking my thread and trying to put the needle on, I just always now use a threader. That's just my go-to. And then I just put a cute little note so they would know it was for me. It just says, "Happy stitching, love Melissa," with my little blue wagon on it. And then I threw in there just a little magnet, so they have a needle minder in there. Pretty flimsy and whatnot, but again, it's travel on the go. They can do whatever they want with that needle. Put it on something with the magnets, put it on something a little stronger or whatever they want. But now I've got a nice little just travel bag with all of the essentials in it. So this is what I put together for my table gifts. Let me know if that's something that you think is a good table gift. So sorry for the dog. Hold on. All right, I hope the dog's done. Here's an example of the actual table gift. So again, here's kind of a matching bag. This one's all yellow. I threw in the yellow scissors. Here's the fobs that I made for my table folks. Let's see if we can get that to focus there for you. Butterflies and flowers. And then again, there's the magnet, the picker, the threaders. So let me know what you think about the table gifts. Is that a good idea? I had really big plans, folks, for table gifts. I was going to, I think I showed you in one of my earlier videos, sew zipper bags, and frankly, I just ran out of time. And I have all the fabric still cut, all the things. So maybe over the next year, I'll work on making those bags and maybe they'll show up as a gift at some other future retreat. I don't know. Okay, let's share my smalls exchange. I waffled back and forth as to whether to do a small. And I said, nope, I'm not going to do one. That's too much work right now. And then I had purchased this kit from Shepherd's Bush, and it's a Shepherd's Bush retreat, this time at Stitch West. Shepherd's Bush is the designer that's going to be there. And I thought, well, I have the perfect thing. I picked up one of their new kits. I've got it all packaged cute. So I'm going to take the paper out real quick and should be able to just throw that in really nicely. But I stitched How Does Your Garden Grow bag. Terry of Shepherd's Bush designed the pattern and I stitched it. And so once I stitched this, I was like, okay, it's perfect. This has got to be my smalls exchange. So here's what I'm sharing as my smalls exchange. I'm sharing it now before the retreat because obviously I won't have it after the retreat. But I'm sure at this end of the video I will share with you the small that I receive in exchange. I put this zipper pull on there, little bee. The zipper on this bag is on the back. So you've got the front, and this came as a kit. It came with the pattern. The threads were all included, and it came with the bag. So all of it came together, and I believe this is, again, one of their newer patterns. They have a whole series of these bags. You walk into Shepherd's Bush, and they've got 20 plus of these bags to pick out, all kitted and cute. So here's the other side of the bag. There, like I say, there's the zipper. There's my pull that I put on there. And then I just filled the bag with a few goodies. So I put in one of those table gift bags in there with them. A couple of mini Willy Wallabies, a great snack while you're stitching. Okay, so, oh, sorry, that's loud. We'll put that all back together in a minute. So that is my smalls exchange for Shepherd's Bush. So I'm sure we'll be back later in this video with some more clips of my packing and the projects that I'm taking with me, and then some of my experience during Shepherd's Bush, and we'll end with a wrap up from my experience. All right, see you in a minute.